Breaking news, breaking news. Filipino Coast Guard vessel and a Chinese vessel rammed into each other. The Philippines are blaming the Chinese are blaming the Philippines. Is this an act of war, or could this lead to something more serious? I hope not, because there's many people in the Philippines that I love and I care about. I got friends, I got family. I do not want a wider war. At the end of the video that I'm going to show you, I'm going to make some more commentary. What do you think? Could this lead to something much more serious?
The Philippines and China have accused each other of ramming vessels and performing dangerous and unlawful maneuvers in the disputed
This is a video that looks like a CCTV.
The two nations agreed
looks like it
month
comes
to
from
try
a
and
Chinese
manage
perspective.
The incident occurred near Sabina Shoal in the early hours of Monday morning.
This is from the Philippine Coast Guard.
Said a Philippine vessel had ignored repeated warnings and had deliberately collided
The Philippines
with its boat
rammed
in
a Chinese vessel.
in a dangerous manner. The Philippines disputed Beijing's account, accusing it of
PCP.
imposing its version of facts. It said two Coast Guard vessels had encountered unlawful and aggressive maneuvers from Chinese vessels, resulting in structural damage to both vessels. The Chinese Coast Guard released this video of the incident, showing what it said was a Philippine Coast Guard ship deliberately ramming one of their vessels. The Philippines
doesn't
said the
show
video
that.
was misleading. Here's the Philippines South China Sea Task Force spokesperson,
You need to report
Jonathan
this on close.
Despite these incidents, both Philippine Coast Guard vessels remain committed to and shall proceed with their mission of delivering essential supplies to personnel stationed on Patag and Lawak Islands. The Philippine Coast Guard stands firm in its responsibility to ensure the safety and security of our maritime domain while addressing any and all threats to our national interest.
Chinese Foreign Ministry
Here we go
spokesperson
again.
said China would continue to take lawful, resolute and forceful measures to safeguard its
Lawful?
territorial sovereignty, maritime rights and interests.
Territorial sovereignty in the Philippine Sea.
The US has condemned the incident and said it stands by the Philippines. Sabina Shoal is in the Spratly Islands, which are claimed by China, the Philippines, Taiwan and Vietnam.
You just saw the video. This is from the Chinese perspective, and you also had a short clip from the Filipino perspective. Two ships, two military ships ramming into each other could be construed as an act of war. Okay? There's been problems between the two countries about territorial waters. The Chinese are acting like the Japanese were during the 1930s prior to World War II. Am I saying there could be World War III? Could there be a war between the two countries? I hope not. Because Taiwan is very close, the Philippines are there. If this blows up, this could be a naval war, and a land war in that region. With all the other problems that we have, the biggest question I have to say, do you believe the United States will support the Philippines? They said that. I've already seen it. I've already heard the statements from it. But there's Filipinos on the ground that I know about. I'm going to keep their names nameless, but I want them to get in any trouble. I got friends, I got family, I got VFW people over there saying they don't really know if the United States will support the Philippines. And they're the best ally we have in the region. Many families all over the United States have ties with the Philippines. I'm one of them. If something blows up in there, I want to go back there and I want to fight. Because you're not going to mess with my friends and my family and cause World War III because of this shoals problem. Okay? I'll have probably other videos coming out later about the territorial disputes between these islands. It all stems from years ago. They found some oil in some parts of this region. But it's more of a policy of what do they consider Asia for Asians. That's what the Japanese did prior to World War II. China believes that it's part of their territory. Also, Vietnam thinks the same way too. Okay? Since the biggest military in the region is China, you got to take them for what it's worth. China is the biggest bully in the area. But we can counter that in the United States. They can say, but this is their country. If they want our help, if they ask, let's go. You're not messing with the Philippines. That's what I think. I'm not in the Biden-Harris administration. I wouldn't join that administration if you pay me $1 million a year. I can't stand this administration because they're so weak, it's unbelievable. That's just my opinion. Do you think the United States will support the Philippines? That's the question. Put down in the commentary.